Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Create Brevity. I'm your host, eDirector, and for this episode, I want to talk about Hanlon's razor and how we can use it when we are thinking about conscious manifesting, and what we can take from Hanlon's razor that's going to help us manifest our dreams and our goals. Now, I just want to let you guys know before we begin that we do have an awesome website at createbrevity.com. We've got a great blog with lots of tips, and we do, of course, offer one-on-one coaching in case you need anything more specific. Now, what is Hanlon's razor? Hanlon's razor is an old philosophical adage that basically says something kind of like, never attribute to malice or evil that which can be attributed to stupidity or ignorance. Now, what does that mean? Basically, it means when you are trying to do that kind of, why does someone behave this way? Why did this happen to me? You should always err on the side of stupidity and ignorance. So I'll give you an example, right? You go to Starbucks and you order a drink and you get it and it's off. They didn't put enough syrup in it. There's not enough milk in it. Maybe they forgot and put the coffee. So you could have that coffee in your hand, you're running late, you're irritable, and you could think to yourself, this person really sucks. They're terrible, okay? Maybe they hate me. Why would they mess up on my coffee like this? What did I do to deserve this, right? I'm a good person. You can go in that direction, which is erring on the side of evil or malice, which is that someone deliberately did this to you, right? They're targeting you. They're lashing out at you in some type of way. Or, right, as Hanlon's razor suggests, we go the opposite route. Can we attribute this to stupidity or ignorance? For example, we have absolutely no idea what the barista was thinking when she was making it. She was probably trying to do a good job, right? Or he. They were probably trying to do a good job, but they just forgot, right? They just messed up, okay? They got too caught up making 5 or 6 drinks at once, and, unfortunately, it was an accident. They just kind of messed up on your drink. It says nothing about that person, not as a whole person, okay? And it doesn't really say anything about you. They're not targeting you deliberately. God doesn't hate you. He's not, showing you his disfavor, okay? It was an accident. They were trying to do something good, which is their job, which is get you a nice, delicious cup of coffee or a nice, delicious beverage, and they messed up. Once again, we're going on the side of stupidity and ignorance. So how does this relate to conscious manifesting? Because a lot of times, especially for people who are a little bit newer to conscious manifesting, when I say newer to manifesting, I mean they are aware of manifesting. They might know some of the principles, okay? But they might be a bit skeptical about it, or they might be unsure how they fall into it. They're not quite sure how to practice it. They don't know what their beliefs are. I usually find that a lot of people I talk to who fall into this kind of beginner category, they take things very personally, life events, random or not, very personally. And the truth of the matter is, sometimes they're not very personal, right? We did not manifest the barista at Starbucks, okay, giving us bad coffee. That's not what happened, okay? It doesn't work like that. And a lot of people will say, but I thought, we're always manifesting, and yes, of course we are, but you never focused on the barista giving you bad coffee. Maybe you never focused on the positive of it, okay? But usually most people, they're just living their lives, they're going about their day, and the bad coffee is just something random that happens to them, right? It's something that's potentially stupid or ignorant, okay? But unfortunately, if you have a tendency to look at the world as if it is evil or intending you malice, okay? what you can do is you can actually start manifesting negativity towards you. Lots of different ways, right? There's another old saying, if you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail, okay? And what I would suggest if you find yourself in a situation where you're judging someone and you in that negative way, because essentially whenever you're thinking about everything as if it's a nail, something that needs to be nailed down, or if you're looking at something as simple as a mistake with your drink as something inherently wrong with you, what are you doing? You're perceiving the world, okay, as either cursing you, okay, or favoring you. And the world should not have that much power over you. Not ever. The only person that has power over you is yourself. Because remember, you're not a victim. You're not a victim to the barista the same way the barista is not a victim to you. I follow a channel called PG Manifesting, and there's a coach on there, his name's Caleb, has an awesome saying, and I really like it, but he equates it to a contract. He says, when someone was born, they didn't have a contract with you saying that they have to make you happy. And instead of making you feel bad that the world is not obligated to make you happy, it should make you feel better, because you have no obligation to the world. You only have an obligation to yourself, to live your best life, to be the best version of yourself. And that, again, that's when Hanlon's razor comes in. Because if we can change our perception of the world as not being out to get us, or as us versus them, this mentality of, I gotta be the hammer, I gotta nail everything down, or I'm gonna become the nail, but rather I can just attribute small little incidents to my life as, this person's not under any obligation to make me happy. Okay, it was probably just a stupid mistake. It was probably just done in error. I hope that they were trying to do good. Okay, that's what I want to believe. I have free will. I'm not a victim. We move on with our life. And those emotions, that quick bit of negativity you feel when you don't get your drink the way you want it, it just passes through you. Okay? The copy machine broke. Is that God telling you that you're a bad person? Right? The copy machine's deliberately against you, but not against everybody else in the office? Or is it just, it sucks, the copy machine broke. I'm going to go downstairs and use the one downstairs. I'm going to go to the one across the hall and go to the one across the hall. It's not as convenient. That's true. It's probably going to be more annoying for me, yes. But you know what? It was just a stupid mistake. It was an accident. And you just let those negative feelings pass, right? Hanlon's razor. Ignorance or a mistake, And this can be hard to do in the moment because, human beings, we are very self-centered. It makes us really, really good at certain things and really, really bad at others. And one of the things that comes with, being so focused on ourselves is we forget that sometimes it's not always about us. And we also forget that everyone around us is in the same boat as us, right? They're all thinking it's about them. So if they're thinking about themselves, they're probably not thinking about you in that moment, right? Hanlon's razor. So it probably was just a mistake. It probably was just stupidity. And when you get into the habit of doing this, your negative emotions pass quickly, but you will also find that you will perceive the world in a different way. You're not going to be as hostile towards the world. You're going to be more allowing, right? And being more allowing, being in a state of acceptance, that's how we manifest our goals and our dreams and our desires, right? Because what we're doing is we're accepting our reality. We're not forcing negative perceptions down our throat. We're not focusing on what we don't want. Instead, we just accept what's happening. We understand it's not permanent, okay? And we allow the good things in life to come in. And that's exactly how we can use Hanlon's razor to help us become better conscious manifestors. I did this last week with the movie as well, but guys, if you anything can be a technique, okay? Whether it's old wives' tales or movies or songs that you like, you can use them, okay, to help you manifest based on your perception of them, right? You can be listening to a very, very sad song and you could be thinking, yup, the world is full of sadness. Or you could think, this heartbreak that this singer, that this writer has gone through, it sucks, but this is such a beautiful song. And it so captures how I'm feeling right now. And I'm kind of grateful that I'm not alone in heartbreak, that someone gets it. And potentially that this other person has gotten over it and has gotten a better relationship, right? It's how we choose to perceive things that makes the difference. That's what gives techniques their power, right? Is that we are spending our time focusing in a different way than what we're used to. And that changes how we think about things. So anything can potentially be a technique and anything can potentially work for you. It's just your choice to let it work for you or not. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Create Brevity, Love and Light. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.